Over 600,000 people are reported missing every year, and that is just in the United States alone. Some of these people are eventually found, but many of these people are not. Where do these people go? We don't know. But what we do know is that trafficking is a major problem all over the world. They could end up victims to illegal organ harvesting, they could end up on a secret island playgrounds for the elites, or they could end up being somebody's food. Unfortunately, there is no limit to the evils of this world. There is no limit to the depravity. Now, I included a small clip of this video in my most recent video about Gabriela Rico Jimenez, a woman in 2009 outside of a hotel in Mexico, yelling at the top of her lungs about human trafficking, about how she was being trafficked, and witnessed the elite, the so-called elite, the powerful, eating children and eating human flesh. Whether you believe Gabriela Rico Jimenez or not, one thing is true. We cannot find any information about this woman. She has been completely scrubbed and deleted from the internet. Her past, her present, and her future just does not exist. That in itself is rather bizarre given the fact we live in a digital age where our digital fingerprints are everywhere. As scary as that sounds, it's actually a lot more common than you think. A person's on camera, they're being held against their will, they're being taken away, they're screaming for help, they're screaming stop it. This is being reported in the news, it's going worldwide, and yet there's no follow-up coverage. We never know this person's name. We never know what happened to this person. It's like they no longer exist. So with that being said, like I said, I included a snippet of this story in the Gabriela Rico Jimenez video. And many of you asked me, what happened to this blonde lady here? What was the conclusion? What was the resolution? Well, the short answer is there was none. Absolutely no updates whatsoever. We don't even know this woman's name. Oddly enough, news and media only spoke about this story for one day. Now, there are some people that are saying that she's doing this for TikTok clout, that she's doing this for views. And maybe she is. And I say maybe because we know absolutely nothing about this woman. So nothing should be taken off the table. But with that being said, we should not ignore what's happening to this woman either, because news and media ignored this story. And if she is doing this for TikTok clout, fame, and views, she's doing a horrible job doing so because, like I said, we know nothing about this woman. We don't even know if this woman has a social media. If she is doing this for clout, we have to prove it. You have to show me her YouTube channel. You have to show me her TikTok page where she's making bank off of what happened to her. Going back to the story, this strange incident occurred on a Southwest flight to Kansas City, and this is what unfolded on video.
Put stuff on me! Get off! Get the off! Do not touch it. Get off, please! Is there someone that can help provide assistance?
Now, people will say that she's faking it because she's clearly smiling at the camera here, but if you watch this scene closely, the woman in front of her is holding her wrist. She's trying to break free from this woman's grip, and in the process of doing so, she's gritting or clenching her teeth, which is something that's common.
I am being trafficked! I am being human trafficked! I am being human trafficked! I am being... Stop it, you guys. Nope. This is gonna go on TikTok, so I look crazy. But I am being human trafficked! I am being human trafficked! Stop! Leave me alone! Guys! Girls! No! No! If they have your family hostage, don't believe it! They use emotional manipulation! This is not real! No! Leave me alone! I am being human trafficked! I am being human trafficked! Ah!
Whether you believe this woman or not, like I said, one thing is true. News and media completely left this story alone. There were only 2 articles created one day after this incident, one by Indy 100 and another by 2 Ocean Vibe News. Both these articles are almost titled the exact same way. Indy 100 is titled, Concerns Raised for Woman Yelling About Being Trafficked During Viral Plane Rant. Two Oceans Vibe is titled, We Have So Many Questions About That Video of a Woman on a Plane Shouting About Being Human Trafficked. And well, it's true, we do have a lot of questions. What is her name? What became of this woman? Where are the updates? None of these questions have been answered, and it has been months since this story broke out. For one day, Two Ocean Vibe News happened to pick up on something that I noticed as well. Towards the end of the video, she says, if they have your family hostage, don't believe it. They use emotional manipulation. This is not real. That is classic MKUltra. That is Project Monarch mind control. One of the steps of MKUltra is telling the victim that they have their family hostage, that they are torturing and abusing their family members in the worst way possible. And this is to get that victim to crack mentally. Narcotics are also used on the victim as well. The narcotic of choice happens to be LSD. The CIA declassified Project MKUltra in 2018. This is not a conspiracy theory. Now, they state that they stopped doing it in the 50s and 60s. Now, they may have stopped doing Project MKUltra, but perhaps they found something better. This news article also happens to mention the original account that posted the video, which happens to be Philly Polish on Twitter, deleted the video. But the video still remains thanks to News and Media, who posted it for one day and kept this story going for one day. Isn't that just bizarre? And this even more so goes against the idea that she was doing this just for clout. The person who took the original video of this incident quickly deleted this video off their TikTok. Going over to Indy 100's article, Indy 100 actually reached out to Southwest Airlines over this incident. And well, Southwest Airlines has yet to respond. Now, I didn't catch this at first. I actually had to re-edit this video, but Indy 100 states that the original person that took this video, this TikToker, Philly Polish, they deleted their TikTok account, and that is true. I tried looking this person up on TikTok, and well, the account is no longer around. It has been deleted. And well, that is that. This incident occurred on November 15th, 2023, and the last and final update, if you want to call it an update, took place on November 16th, 2023. Doing a search on this woman's face, a reverse image search leads nowhere. No social media can be found. No other articles can be found. Just like with Gabriela Rico Jimenez, she disappeared off the face of the earth with no updates to her story or her whereabouts after having a bizarre incident on camera. What's even more disturbing about this lady's story is that you can be in a crowded area surrounded by people in daylight and still be snatched, still be taken away, and nobody will ask any questions. Nobody will lift a finger to help. But going back to the airline companies, 2023 going into 2024 was a very bizarre time for air travel. There were multiple stories where people saw something on their flight and caused them to panic, or they were acting possessed. Police would come, take them away, most of the time take them to an undisclosed hospital, and they were never seen or heard from again. There's been no updates to most of these people's stories, not even a name. As I said before, and I'll say it again, the only person out of all the plane stories I have covered to ever have an update to their story where they were actually seen on social media and interviews was Tiffany G, or the woman known as Tiffany G, because like I said, many people don't believe this is the same woman that was seen on the plane. But she is the only one to ever have an update to her story. But it's just not women. This can happen to men too, and I'm often reminded of an incident that took place on an early Saturday morning, December 30th, 2023, on an American Airlines flight 9948, which flew from Rio de Janeiro to Miami International Airport. Video obtained by reporters show a flight crew member and 4 passengers pinning down a man who was yelling for help and saying they were ending his life in Spanish. At one point, they even tried putting a duct tape over the man's mouth before security had arrived.
pateando. Suélteme. Suélteme. ¿Para qué se va a poner así?
What happened to this man? What is this man's name? What caused this mid-air panic? Nobody knows. There have been absolutely no updates to this story. This is the ongoing theme to many of these people who have a bizarre breakdown on camera. A group of people come to take them away, and they're never seen or heard from again. Absolutely no updates. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.